Welcome to Bold Thinking, entrepreneurial stories honestly told. In a world full of chaos, this is a podcast about people making positive change in the world, using bold thinking to transform business and themselves. Today I'm talking to Alejandro Mena Abascal Senior, founder of Star Haus Mercedes-Benz. He joins us from Mexico for the final episode of Season 2. We're going to speak to him about the world of automotive retail and lots of new ideas beyond just traditional dealership, which is really exciting, which is how Honest and Principled got originally involved with him. And also how we got to know and discover he's part of a foundation charity, Casa Hogar Alegria, that is absolutely transforming the lives of abandoned girls in Mexico. Really exciting to talk to him today. Welcome also to William Hendricks, who has worked with Alejandro for many years and will help with the translation today. Welcome to Bold Thinking.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I'm going to go straight in. I am so excited to talk to you today. I absolutely love the foundation and the charity that you've been doing. So we'll get to that later. So how are you doing today, and how are things in Mexico right now with the COVID restrictions?
Well, as in other parts of the world, we are crossing a very difficult time. Not only this, unfortunately, the political situation in Mexico is not the best for many years. But our point of view is that, okay, we have that problem that the pandemic all around the world, the political situation in Mexico. But for other side, we are thinking that in Mexico we have a very great opportunities in two sense. One for business because now, in my own opinion, are going to be open different doors, new doors for a different business. But for other side, we think that is a very good opportunity to help a little more to the people that need it. No, that's my point of view. We prefer not to see the bad things. We prefer to see the two opportunities: one for business and one for social responsibility. No?
You are certainly a bright light in the darkness, absolutely, and everyone's going to hear that shortly. So first, tell us about how you built your business.
Well, I started 25 years ago, more or less, with a real estate company with my family. After that, in 1998, more or less, we tried to open a Mercedes-Benz dealer here in the Mexico City metropolitan area. Now we have 5 stores of Mercedes-Benz. Now, recently, we got, by the way, from England, Land Rover and Jaguar, and also Lincoln, Renault brand also for France. And we are trying to focus all our time and our resources for the high-end brands. We are thinking that in Mexico, as in other parts of the world, that kind of market is going to grow very good in the next years, because the people is looking for good experience, for good products to enjoy a little more life. I don't know if it's good or it's bad, but it is it is what it is. The people is buying great horses, great yachts, great watches, great cars, and that is happening in the market, you know. And now we are working really hard in a new project that we are building with Principled and Honest Group. They are really professional. I want to say that a very great company. We are working and we are creating a very, very unique project here in Mexico. In our opinion, it's going to be the best in the world. There are maybe 10 resorts like this all around the world. It's going to be a private racetrack. Imagine a golf course. Instead of the golf course, it's a racetrack for the passion of cars. And all around the racetrack is going to be a very great clubhouse, business center, the first museum, important museum of cars in Mexico. In the last phase, we are going to have a great hotel in order to receive conventions, exhibitions, all around the automotive industry. I don't know if you know this, but Mexico is the fourth, yes?
Yes.
It's the fourth constructor of cars for all of the world in terms, not internal market, cars for export. Then Mexico, the automotive industry in Mexico, in terms of industry, it's really, really important. And this racetrack is not going to be only for private clients, going to be only for the industry, tires, brakes, any kind of industry that they need some kind of test of this industry. And also, it's not the time to talk about this, but we are going to create another products with Principled and Honest. This is for the next future. But we are working right now really, really hard with this project. We began just 10 days ago. We are really excited. We begin to move some earth and the first machines 10 days ago. And obviously, my favorite part of my life is Casa Hogar Alegria. This is a home for abandoned girls. And also, we have working on that for more than 20 years. Yeah. But we're going to talk about later. Yeah. But that's my favorite part of the day.
Yeah, I love that. And I have to tell you, from an honest and principled perspective, and I'm not just saying this, it is one of the best projects our strategy and creative people have ever worked on. Literally, I cannot wait for the world to see it. It is absolutely amazing. It is brilliant. You operate businesses in quite different sectors. Would you say that's typical of many entrepreneurs in Mexico? You talk a lot about the bold way people do business, because it's always a challenge. It's hard to plan far ahead. But is it typical for entrepreneurs in Mexico to be bold thinkers?
Well, if you're thinking about we're talking about bold thinking, right? I think that all the entrepreneurs here in Mexico have to create something different, no? For example, in our projects, we are creating a different experience, no? I'm going to tell you some examples. In the case, for example, of Mercedes-Benz or any other kind of brands, but we are creating, for example, for Mercedes-Benz, we create the first urban store that it was done with a very special design. And now this design have been copied in other parts. And for the other side, we create a very large building in the north of the city, also for Mercedes. And we are trying to create, for example, also for Jaguar Land Rover for the second part of this year, a flagship, an important flagship for Jaguar Land Rover. Why is that? The point is that we want to create. I am not in charge to view the cars. The cars are beautiful. The cars are amazing. That is not in my hand. No, they're trying to create a better spaces, a new experience, different kind of service that we want to do for our clients. We suppose that is the difference that we can do in that kind of business. In the other business, like the Mexico Drive Resort, the track, we are going to create everything. We're going to create from zero. That's why it really is really amazing. It's we are taking a lot of hours working on that. No.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's incredibly visionary. Now, really want to talk to you about the charity and the foundation that you set up. What led you to developing the Casa Hogar Alegria charity? It feels like a brilliantly bold idea. What happened? What started this?
Well, we started with this a little more than 20 years ago. This home was open with 4 little girls. It was open with a big heart of a lady but without any kind of systems, structure, and everything. No, thanks God, I could be there since that date, and a group of friends. We are in the board, 10 friends in the board. We are working very hard in order to have a very strong system, the structure for the education, from the health of the girls, and we have girls from 2 or 3 years old until the university, and now we have 4 or 5 girls that now was graduate.
That have graduated. They are self-supporting and now have graduated and are living by themselves.
Wow. So where do these girls come from? Because obviously, what happens to these girls that make them homeless? Where are their families?
Where the family is? Okay, the point is, it's really sad. These girls normally are living in the streets, are living in some homes without any kind of cares. Let me tell you something. It is really important. I cannot take, as a foundation, I cannot take a girl directly from the street. It's illegal. The point is, first of all, these girls go for an official place into the system of the government. And after that system from the government, they send the girls to us. Normally, they don't have fathers, or sometimes, for example, I'm going to point you to an example. I don't want to extend it too much. But for example, 3 months ago, we received a little girl, and this girl was born in jail. And after 2 years or 3 years that she was living there, we could go for her, and now it's with us. And for example, in this case, she has a mom, but the mom is in jail. And then it's that kind of situations.
Yeah. So you incredibly successful entrepreneur, Alejandro, but what you've got here is, in your heart, is you're helping these young girls who, families can't look after them or sell them into, some form of slavery, or parents are in prison, and you're taking them in and you're helping them have education, have a standing in life, and house them and look after them until they can afford to get work for themselves. That's a massive transformational story for these girls. Do they, what happens next? Do they go and get jobs and have families and have successful lives?
Exactly. That kind of cases we have, more or less now we have, as I told you before, 6 or 5. It was something amazing. For example, three of those girls are working with me here in the company. And this is amazing for me. One of them, she is married. She's mom. She's happy. She's totally independent. The other one is single. He's working in marketing. The other ones, sometimes we help them in order to find some job. Normally, you have many surprises that they open by themselves the doors that they needed. Normally, we try to keep in touch, like your son, like your daughters. No, sometimes we talk every 3 or 4 months. Hey, hello. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Blah blah blah. We try to keep in contact.
I think a fundamental aspect of the model of Casa Hogar Alegria is that we nurture and care for the girls up to the point when they become self-sustaining. At this time, we are also offering them the opportunity of university scholarships so that they can really develop the skills they need to become self-sustaining. And what we've seen is that one of the biggest signs of success of Casa Hogar Alegria is that the girls, once they become self-sustaining, come back and contribute to Casa Hogar Alegria.
It's incredible.
I think it's the social responsibility of businesses these days is becoming more and more important. And what you've done here is you've actually given these young girls a life, an opportunity, and education. Where do you see this going in the future? Do you want this to grow, to develop? Where do you see this charity, going to next?
At this point, we are able to house 140 girls.
Wow, it's amazing.
However, by the end of this year, we expect that number to grow to 200 girls. By 2021, by the end of 2021, there will be approximately 300 girls in our system. By 2023, we expect this number to grow to 500 girls. And thereafter, we would like to be able to bring in 200 girls per year.
Let me tell you something. We obtained in these last years very strong system for the education, for health, the facilities, etc. Now we can grow really fast. No, now we are totally ready to begin to make a very very fast grown, because let me tell you something. Officially, there are more or less 1 million girls alone. That is, then imagine that we are really happy to have 140 or 500, but it's nothing. It's nothing for us. Is a lot. If you can. I saw a movie last weekend, and I heard one sentence that said, "If you save one life, you save the world." Okay, but in this problem, really, we are helping just a few. We have to grow. No, that's why we are working in a very ambitious program with Principle and Honest.
Yeah. And what help? What help do you need from brands and businesses? Do you need them to sponsor you, to support you with this?
Yes, we have absolutely. We have to raise $15 million for the next 5 years. It sounds too much, but it's nothing. Really, it's nothing with the help of good people, with great companies. For example, the cost for one girl monthly is around $600, more or less.
We have different ways that people can contribute. A direct way to do it is to adopt a girl or to adopt a group of girls for a certain period of time. Another way to contribute is to invest in the construction of new facilities. Another way to participate is through exchanges. If you can provide material goods that the girls require, that is another way. There are many ways, and we can always adapt to new proposals of people who are interested in participating and helping us look after these girls.
So you can make a real difference to a girl's life. So what roles do you think brands should play in society? You're a top, a really successful business, really successful brand owner, automotive, you're doing this charity. What role should brands play in society?
The principal role in the next future for all the companies is the social responsibility. Is no negotiations about it. No, it's social responsibility. When I say social responsibility, I'm talking about a lot of things. No, environment is helping poor people, is helping with a better food for the people, etc., etc. No, let me tell you something that we have the best certifications here in Mexico and international certifications in terms of the clear position of numbers, the clear position of transparency, etc. That is really, really important because sometimes people say, hey, I want to help, but who is this group? How they are going to use my money? We had a very, very good, very nice experience. And 5 years ago, one guy from the United States, an artist, wanted to help in Mexico, and he made due diligence in around 100 foundations, and thanks God we won. After the contest, we won. When I went to United States, I want to say the name because I'm really pleased with him, is Mark Anthony, the singer, a very, very nice friend, and he's helping us a lot, and I say thank you here. And I asked him, hey, Mark, why we won? We win, sorry, no? I want to know. And they told us, because you have a very clear numbers, you have the best transparency, and also you have the best program in all the country, best program for the girls. And that is really, really important for the donors, for the people who wants to help.
Yeah. I mean, companies want to know if they're going to donate money, it goes to the people and really genuinely helps them. And what you've proved is that you genuinely accept and take that money and really help young girls, which I think is just really important. So
we say here in Casa Hogar Alegria, if you save a boy, you save a man.
Yeah.
If you save a girl, you save a family.
Yeah. Wow.
That
is our motto.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's so true. And really what you're looking for is, brands and businesses globally and within Mexico to help support this charity and, support lots more young girls get educated so that they can then grow, themselves into young, capable and adults and have their own families, which I think is a brilliant social responsible calling. No, it's really impressive.
Absolutely.
Really impressive.
I also think the model that we have implemented creates a virtuous circle. Poverty is a vicious circle. And the way that we have implemented the model, it is creating a virtuous circle because it not only brings these girls out of poverty, it helps them grow, it helps them resolve their physical and psychological challenges, and then it prepares them to be self-sustaining and to aspire to create a family. But given the amount of experience that they've had, their outlook on family is really to value the family. So the model that Casa Hogar Alegria has created is engaging these girls in a virtuous circle.
Let me tell you something. This is good information. Imagine the situation that these girls happened in the past, no? Violations, etc., etc. Horrible things. Imagine after that, now we have 90% of the girls with a stable psychological situation. That's amazing. 90% of that girls, because of the system, they have some stability in the psychological situation. Not easy, believe me, not easy. No? That is one of our strongest assets. No, all the help that we can give them in terms of coaching,
psychological support,
etc., etc.
No, it's brilliant. I mean, I think, one of the things, we've really enjoyed working with you on is to help to raise awareness around this charity, as well as to work with you on this amazing job. So I just want to say thank you, Alejandro. So much respect for you and everything that you have done. So thank you for joining us, Alejandro. What an amazing story. And thank you for listening to the final episode of Season 2. What a great way to end the series of bold thinking, entrepreneurial stories honestly told. You can find links more about what we discussed in the show notes, including Casa Hogar Allegra. If this episode has got you thinking, share your comments on LinkedIn, Twitter or Instagram, or contact at hello@thehonestbrand.com. This is the final episode of Season 2. Thanks for listening in, and do share your thoughts and join me again next season to hear from more people who are making positive change in the world.